I'm taking one of the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh monsters of all time, Red-Eyes Black Dragon, into the Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel ranked streaks for the ultimate challenge. And it won't be easy. I'm starting completely from scratch with the makeshift Red-Eyes structure deck. I built it using just one copy of every card in the Red-Eyes pack, the Rise of Ebony. And from there, the only way to improve our deck is by winning. Every ranked win earns me one selection pack of my choosing, letting the deck slowly evolve and get stronger and stronger over time, with the ultimate goal of reaching the highest rank, Master Rank. I can also craft one copy of a Red-Eye specific card for each significant rank up, like from silver to gold. But there's a twist. If I defeat my opponent using Red-Eye's signature Inferno Fire Blast, I double my rewards. That means 2 packs instead of 1. But now, since we've entered gold rank, the challenge has evolved. Every week, we'll batter through 7 ranked games, up from 5 in the previous ranks, and depending on my performance, we will be able to spin one wheel of 3, each one holding powerful upgrades and game-changing bonuses. And there's one more thing. If we run into our sworn nemesis, the Blue-Eyes White Dragon, while in a ranked match, and we defeat that Blue-Eyes duelist, we're allowed to steal one copy of a card from that duelist's deck.
This is Red-Eyes Resurgence.
Will Red-Eyes rise from the ashes, or will we burn out? Red-Eyes Resurgence is back for episode 21, and the deck is looking a lot different than it did in episode 19. If you didn't see the live stream, so I'm gonna hop right into the deck list. This is the deck we're rolling with into episode 21. If you missed the episode 20 special, which was a live stream, it was a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who came out, stayed for the whole stream. We had a lot of fun. We got some great upgrades during that stream. Unfortunately, we did not pull Dark Magician, even though we went 20 packs deep. But putting Dark Magician aside, the changes we do have in the deck, we have now secured one copy of Primite Ether Barrel. We beat a Blue-Eyes duelist during our stream, and we were able to steal one copy of Ether Barrel, so we finally have Ether Barrel in the deck. We obviously need 3, but we got 1 down. Another upgrade during that stream, we all decided to craft a copy of Red-Eyes Metal Claws Dragon, so we now have this in the deck, which gives us a lot more access to the full metal dragon with another dragon that we can use to summon it, but it also just gives us a way to use the Max Metamorph the turn it's set. And then the last new card added is a bit of an experiment. That's Gilta the D-Knight. This card is a normal summon, and we already have, I think, 9 other normal summons in the deck, so it might end up getting clogged, and sometimes we like to normal summon Zoa as well. But if we do normal summon it, we get to banish our opponent's monster with the highest attack. That is non-targeting, so my opponent can't like dodge it. It is just an easy way to remove a big body from the field. Plus, it does let us search a level 7 Dark Dragon, so we can search the Metal Claws that we just crafted. We can search, and if we have like Primite Drill Beam in hand, we can just search the vanilla to make them active after already banishing a monster our opponent has. So it has some applications. We'll see how it goes. The rest of the deck is pretty much cards that have been in there. I have taken some things out, like I took out the other counter trap. I kept Howl because I think Howl comes up a lot more than I think a Scream does, so we did keep the Howl. But if you have been enjoying this series, definitely leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and come back for more, because we do this every week, and your likes definitely help this series out, so do like the series if you are enjoying it. We are going first, so we get Zoa, Gearfried, and Black Metal. So I think we'll normal summon the Gearfried, and we'll equip Black Metal. We'll go ahead and activate Gearfried's effect to pop the Black Metal and search. What do we get here? Probably get Meteor, Droll, and Lockbird. Droll and Lockbird no longer matters for us. We'll go ahead and Zoa. Special summon to Zoa. Unfortunately, our opponent gets to summon a card too, and it looks like he's playing Elf Note, so this might be a real deck, which is kind of terrifying. It is a 60 card deck though, so could be something else. Dia Bellstar. Okay, that's the one thing I don't like about Zoa, is it it gives your opponent a free summon as well. I just don't understand why. Never understood why that was a necessary effect, but we do go ahead and summon our Meteor, and that allows us to overlay into the Flare Metal. Flare Metal effect We'll detach Meteor, bring back the OG Red-Eyes. And now we have Flare Metal and Full Metal set up for our opponent's turn. Unfortunately, he will be able to force out our Full Metal's negate more than likely because he has a negate face down. And it is a trap card, which does affect our Full Metal. But we do still have burn for 500 for every effect that he activates. He chooses to negate the max metamorph itself before I even get the Full Metal out, which does make perfect sense. So all we really have is the burn for 500 for each effect. And hope that coils him enough to not be able to just like completely and utterly cook us. So we have 1 Omni Negate, 2 Omni Negates, 3 Omni Negates. I forget what the other trap he added does. This one just negates anything on the field. So we have 4 Omni Negates plus okay. All right. This is fine. This is fine. Going first in game 2. We pulled the Guilty up, but it is absolutely useless. So we'll go Black Metal. We'll turn that into the Pitsy and get our first search. One day we'll have a Seals to summon, and it will be glorious. We'll bring back the Black Metal from the graveyard and attach this Black Metal to Darkness. That way we get 2 searches. Search number 1, search number 2. We'll get Full Metal, Insight. Insight's gonna get us another Fang with Chain so we can have another interruption, but it's also gonna send Meteor to set up a Red-Eyes Fusion search on our next turn. We'll go Full Metal, we'll set the max. We'll go Metal Claws, send that max, and then he gets to add it back to the hand, which is beautiful. This also allows us to get Max Metamorph back if ever we lose it, and summon it the turn it's set, which is great. Because if he doesn't have Ash now, he doesn't get to draw into Ash and just ruin everything. And then we can recur him with the Black Stone. So having him in the deck actually adds a fair bit of recursion to the deck as well. But that's it. We have Omni Negate Burn and 2 Monster Steals. And let's hope that's enough. My opponent has 14 in the extra deck, and he's playing a 59 card deck, which is just weird. He's one card from 60, 1 card from 15. He just couldn't think of 1 extra card in either deck. Gonna summon Scareclaw Kashtira. A 59 card Scareclaw deck? Or is it a Kashtira deck? Banishes Rise Heart. Okay. Summons Moye. That is his normal summon, so I will negate the Moye. I could have stole the Moye, but that would make my my Full Metal attack pretty low and easy to just attack over, so I'd rather negate now and steal something bigger later. Brute's Enforcer. Okay. Scars the Iris Swordso. Well, that's fine. He destroys my Max Metamorph, which I'm not too upset about, unless he just has Raigeki in hand, which would suck. Doesn't look like he has Raigeki. He's probably deciding if he wants to crash into my Delingerous Dragon. I think he just read the Delingerous Dragon and he's realizing he has to crash, so that clears the Delingerous and his board. And if you don't know, in the end phase of this turn, if he didn't attack, Delingerous Dragon could just destroy that monster. So he either lose the monster for nothing or crash it. Alright, our turn again. We draw Lost Wind. Not too bad. Can come in handy later. We'll go ahead and banish Meteor. We do still have our Omni Negate, so whatever this face down card is, we will just negate it. And we'll search Red-Eyes Fusion. I kind of want to summon Slash because it is a negate with Eclipse, and we have 2 Fang with Chains on the field, so it makes sense. Do I want to use Gear Freed or do I want to use the Guilty in hand? I'll use Gear Freed. I'll keep the card in hand. No reason to use that card in my hand if I don't have to. Opponent activates Ice Dragon's Prison. It would have probably been safer to summon Meteor because that guarantees that I have the attack needed to win, especially with his burn effect. But Slash Dragon does get me enough attack once he equips the Gear Freed onto himself. So I could have missed lethal if my opponent had a way to stop that effect from happening, but he didn't, so GG's. That's one win. Let's open a pack and get Dark Magician frame 1. All right, I have decided to open the Chaos Magic pack. This one also does have Dark Magician in it, but the other Dark Magician pack did me dirty. 20 packs opened and we did not get Dark Magician. I believe we only got 2 ultra rares total. So I'm switching it up. I'm going to this pack and maybe we'll get a little bit luckier in this pack because the other one was not treating us right. Starting off with 0 glow, so it's not looking like we're getting lucky in this one either. We do have something at the end here. We have Shin's Dojo, Infernity Beast. We got a Bujingi Swallow, Mecha Fan of Beast. We got Gaze of Tamayas. We got Dark Magician Girl. We got Magician of Chaos and Dark Magical Sir. No. Game 3, and we draw Primite Ether Barrel. First time drawing the Ether Barrel. Let's see if we can actually get his effects off. Obviously, that's our normal summon. I could have checked for a Ash with the Insight, but we're probably getting Imperm anyway, so that doesn't matter. So here we will Red-Eyes Insight, and typically I would send the Meteor to get Red-Eyes Fusion, but I might send the Vanilla because I could send Ether Barrel to the graveyard and then I can bring him back if I get another turn. Fortunately, I didn't draw any other disruption type cards. So also, this is the second duel in a row I've drawn Guilty of going first and it's just been a dead card in my hand. So that card's coming out the deck. It's been 3 games and it has not been a good draw once. I have no way to summon any other monster, so I can't. I would like to get the Fangwood Chain as a, disruption, but I can't. I'll have to just get Spirit and summon Red Eyes and hope my opponent just can't do anything. But if my opponent can't do anything, literally anything, we do get Ether Barrel back next turn and then we can try again. But this Guilty of the D-Knight definitely coming out. It's bricked my hand twice. Like I had 4 normal summons. Gimmick Puppet. Well, we lose. We actually just lose, and there's nothing we can do about it. We just lose. Already we've lost the game. Fuck up my deck. Game 4. Our opponent chose for us to go first. 14 in the extra deck, 56 in the main deck. We draw black metal as well as full metal. That's not the worst. And we will revive the black metal. We'll activate full metal and get the max metal morph. So we'll get Metal Claws. This gets us the full metal this turn. So we don't get cooked by an Ash Blossom, at least. Assuming he doesn't have Ash now. Which is a great assumption. He would have used it by now. So he can't draw into Ash and cook us, but it was unnecessary. We kind of didn't need to do that. But we have the full metal set up with a Fangwood Chain Steel and a Lost Wind. And good luck to the opponent. Opponent's going to special summon a Makanko monster from his deck. Makanko is terrifying because I have a really big monster on the field. That returns my Lingerous Dragon. I'll let that go as well. I'm not scared just yet. I think the thing that's most frightening in this deck is the Exceed monster. So for now, I'm just gonna let him do what he does, and we're going battle. So what I'm just gonna do is Fangwood Chain. Why can't I Fangwood Chain? I can't target it. We're not going to talk about that game. We're not going to talk about it. It didn't happen. No one mentioned it. If I see it in the comments, it's going down. All right. New game. We got 2 Zoas, 2 board breakers going second. So, I mean, at least that's good. And if we draw a Vanilla or a Primite card, we got 3 board breakers. Opponent is playing Galaxy, probably. I mean, Schwarzschild's Infinity Dragon, it's Galaxy, right? Doesn't have to be Galaxy, but it's Galaxy. But we don't have any hand traps. I mean, we only have 2 in the deck. We didn't draw either, so we'll have to just let our opponent cook and see what they do. Sends itself plus the Tachyon Cloud Dragon. So that is an 8, which means it probably is going to be Lubellion. And it's not Lubellion, it's Galactic Spiral Dragon. He's got 4 rank 8s on the board, so he can do the spell and trap or the spell negate guy, and he can do the rank 8 that I think extends his plays. I don't know. I don't know a lot about this deck, so we'll see what he does. He hasn't searched for the counter trap yet, which is good news for us. He does have the spell negate guy. He attaches the Cloud Dragon to it, gives it an extra material. So he summons the Divine Golden Shadow Dragon Drug Luxion. Crazy name. This is the guy who extends his plays. I think this one adds the counter trap, maybe? Adds the Cloud Dragon. That gets the special itself. He uses the Drag Luxion to overlay into Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, but he didn't get the counter trap. So he already used this guy's effect, which is what would have gotten him the trap. So I think that's where he messed up. He summoned this earlier off an effect that would summon it, negate it. And that's where he messed up. I guess that works. So he has 1 copy of it because technically I activated that effect since it summoned to my field. But he should have had 2. He would have had 2 had he not activated this earlier, and he activated it now. So we'll have to play around that. It only activates Chain Link to a higher though. So if I like start with something to take out this, he can't like chain to it to negate everything. Best thing for us off the top would be a, well, this guy. I ran into this card during our stream. It's like a, what happened, man? You did all of that just to time out? There's no way you did all of that just to time out. All right, back in the pack. Opponent timed out, and that counts as a win. So we're gonna open a pack. We got a little bit of glow. Hopefully, it's a glow for a Dark Magician. It's inside the pack. We got an Element Saber. We got a Proxy Horse. We got a Worm Warlord. Form Change. Amulet Dragon. Another Dark Magician Girl. Chaos Form. And Dark Cavalry. Game 6, we're going second, and we didn't get any board breakers or hand traps. This ain't looking good. And our opponent's on a real deck. This is looking even less good. With them being on a real deck and us not having any type of way to stop them, I don't even know how we're going to play into this board. Like, we have Gear Free plus Black Metal. That's going to let us try to pop a back row. How far that'll get us, I don't know. Opponent has pivoted into Sky Striker, so it's not what we thought, which is still kind of scary. Sky Striker isn't a slouch, but it is gonna kind of change up what we have to worry about. Okay, opponent has 4 back row set. Apparently I can't count or read, and he has the 0, which can pop, and we did not draw a playable card. He drew Lost Wind, which means we lost this game. Do I even want to summon Gear Freed? That is the question. We'll play to our outs. We'll summon the Gear Freed. We'll just let him cook us. If he cooks us, he cooks us. We'll activate Black Metal. This is probably where I don't get Widow Anchored. Okay, we'll activate the Gear Freed. Now I get Widow Anchored for sure. Yeah, I thought so. Steals my Gear Freed. Special summon Zoa. This is just gonna get popped by the 0 or the second Widow Anchor or maneuvers. He's gonna pop it. Yeah. Man, gold and silver are such drastic differences. Once you go from silver to gold, it's just not the same, man. It is not the same. This deck cannot hang in gold. Even though we almost made it to platinum. We did almost make it to platinum with the same deck, but still. Game 7, and we drew 2 vanillas. That's great. That's lovely. Primite Lordy Low, at least. Zoa is a card. And we're playing against Salomon Greats. I have not played against Salomon Greats in a long time. What do? They set up counter traps, right? Yeah, counter traps and Promethean Princess. Counter traps and Promethean Princess. Cannot beat that. No. There's the Promethean Princess, and then he's gonna find a way to get it into the graveyard. I don't know how he searches for the trap, but He got the Promethean Princess, and now he can link 4. Raging Phoenix. He Raging Phoenixed over the Raging Phoenix. So this is how he adds the trap, assuming, right? He can add a Solomon Great card. I don't know what else he would add other than the trap. He adds a Weasel. A Wizel. So he's got more cooking to do. He didn't summon the rank 3 yet, which they usually always do, so maybe that's what's happening next. He summons Balinix to my hand and then draws a card. And now he's gonna Promethean Princess it. Okay. Is this... I'm not sure why he's doing that. Because now he has to get it back in the graveyard again. So... he must have drawn... and I drew Ether Barrel. He must have drawn the counter. So let's lead Ether Barrel. It's Imperm, so it's not a counter trap. Okay. Does Promethean Princess have to destroy both? I don't think so, right? So the Imperm stopped us a little bit. I'm trying to decide how to play around this Promethean Princess. I can just banish this guy, but she can still pop this guy. Man, drawing 2 vanillas really sucks. All I can do is summon the Zoa. I can't force out the Promethean Princess. There's just no way. And he has Maxi. And he has Maxi. I don't draw my Maxi all day, but of course he has his Maxi. And he's gonna Promethean Princess here. But first he gets to decide if he wants to special summon. He decides against it. See if he Promethean Princesses. Probably. I mean, he doesn't know my hand, but this is a pretty good time to Promethean Princess. He doesn't do it. Okay, well then we'll Zoa. And to play around the Promethean Princess, I'm not going to use Lordy Low to summon a Red-Eyes. But I can add the Drill Beam and then use Drill Beam. We'll show the Red-Eyes in hand. What do I want to banish though? Do I just want to start getting rid of these monsters? I think I have to get rid of these monsters. The Promethean Princess is a big threat, and him reanimate summoning is a big threat. So I think getting rid of the Promethean Princess is probably best. Flame Coating to summon out Full Metal. Hopefully he didn't draw. He drew Ash? Come on, man. Of all the cards for him to draw, it was Ash Blossom? Unless he already had Ash and I just didn't know. But I doubt it. He would have Ashed the Lordy Low. He drew Ash for turn. Or off the Maxi. One of the two. Either way, that sucks. That just really sucks. Activate Solomon Great Circle. I could have negated it, but I think I'll wait. Because he can just summon anything from the graveyard with this card. So, like, gotta be weary of that. He activates the Will of Solomon Great to special summon from the hand or graveyard. Let's see where he summons from and what he summons. He has a Gazelle in hand and in the graveyard, so I gotta imagine he's not gonna summon the one from the grave. Brings back the Balinix. We're not completely defenseless. We still have Drill Beam. We still have Lost Wind, so that can at least save us for a turn. Fortunately, we don't get Ether Barrel back because both the Red-Eyes are in our hand. Summons the Gazelle. Activates Gazelle. You can chain the Sunlight Wolf. I think here's the best time for us to use these interactions. I will Drill Beam the Sunlight Wolf. And I will Lost Wind the Gazelle. And hope that ends his turn. Does. He sets a card. He can still link one, right? He has another Balinix left. Doesn't do it, though. Okay, our turn. Gearfried. Not right now, Gearfried. I will reset the drill beam. Oh man, I love having ether barrel. Oh, I love having ether barrel. Okay. Unfortunately, both red eyes are in hand, so sending ether barrel to the graveyard doesn't do anything for us. I can summon one of the red eyes, but that also doesn't do anything. We'll let him summon Promethean Princess. So we normal summon Gearfried and we punch him. That's really all we can do. I forgot about this guy. Well, that sucks. I'm still not gonna summon the red eyes from hand. I'll have to intern here. Still have a drill beam to protect us. Unfortunately, that's all we got. We could have got lost. We can get Lost Wind back if he summons from the extra deck, but it's not going to be special summon from the grave. Kind of gotta let it happen. I think we just saved drill beam to prevent us from dying. I don't think that can be activated, right? That's a, oh no, it's quick, but it can be activated. You can use it next turn. Target Solomon Great that was link summon using its own. Unaffected by monster effects. That doesn't matter. He's probably gonna go battle now. I don't know what else he would. Okay, well he's doing other things. Another Sunlight Wolf. I'll get my Lost Wind back. We're still in this, boys. We haven't lost yet. I don't know. Does he have something to summon the Jaguar? Target one Solomon Great monster except itself. Shuffle it into the deck. Special summon. Okay. So does this do something when it's summoned? I don't think so. I'm just gonna take out your second Sunlight Wolf. I mean, like, what else I'm gonna do, right? The Jaguar can attack over Ether Barrel though, which sucks. Oh, I forgot about the set card. How did I forget about the set card? I mean, if the set card was Roar, then the drill beam was never resolving on anything, so that honestly doesn't matter. What matters now is if he can reset the Roar and how much more he can do. 8 cards left in the extra deck, so we'll see. Hita, I don't have fire monsters. I don't know why he did that. Is that to attack over Gearfried? Is Gearfried that big a threat? I guess it makes sense not to put Ether Barrel in the graveyard because you don't want me having a way to add it back to my hand. But if it's still on the field, I'm just gonna get Drill Beam again. He timed out? There's no way. 2 timeouts? He surrendered. He surrendered to a Ether Barrel and a Gearfried. I had nothing this whole game. I was just recycling Drill Beam. There's no way we won that duel. All right, last pack of the video. We're going back into the Chaos Magic, hoping to get that Dark Magician. It ain't looking like we're getting it in this pack either. We got number 77. We got a Simple Spoils, Elemental Hero, Amulet Dragon, Dark Magician of Chaos. Fortunately, this ain't the Dark Magician we need. Chaos Scepter Blast and Dark Paladin. That's gonna do it for this episode of Red-Eyes Resurgence. Unfortunately, still don't have Dark Magician. We did win a couple of duels, but we only won 3, so we don't get a will spin next week, unfortunately. We finally got to see Ether Barrel in action in our deck, and man, does it perform. Recycling Drill Beam every turn is just crazy, and as you saw in the last duel, our opponent couldn't overcome it. We were gonna get the Drill Beam back again, and there was no way he could stop it. At least from his perspective, there was no way he could stop it. We really wouldn't have been able to get Ether Barrel back to our hand because we didn't have any normal monsters anywhere. But it won us the game, recycling Drill Beam every turn, so having Ether Barrel is great. I can't wait to get another one, and we can do that once we get Dark Magician. But if you did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, come back for more. We do this every week. But I want to thank y'all for rocking with me through this video, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.